Alright, sometimes just gotta pick up your axe and defend your swamp. Defend your swamp from them boney guys over there that come to steal your yogurt because they're so desperate for calcium. You gotta say to them, no, it's my yogurt. You can't have it. And I will defend it with my axe and all my oaths of vengeance. Brah. Yeah, alright, it's your boy Benvolio. Finally making some video games again. It does feel nice. Video game videos, excuse me. I mean, it's not. I don't endeavor to be a super pro. It's just for fun. So I, take like rough edits. But it's just like to share some games I have some fun with. And I'm back and I'm playing dwarves against Ratchet Cowboy. Is the name of the player. Ratchet Cowboy something something numbers. We'll take a look at the end of the video. I'm playing dwarves again. He's playing two kings. He's got Cetra over there on his chariot waiting in his back line, and my bolt thrower is already opening up on his army. Let's see what he's bringing really quick here. So he's got one group of skeleton warriors, one group of tomb guards, some more elite infantry. Let's take a look there. The ones with the sweet hats, man. The absolutely sweet hats. They got great hats. Skeleton warriors, yeah, but mostly skeleton warriors. Looks like two groups of tomb guard. Where is that? 1, 2. There, 1, 2, 3. More skeleton warriors than anything. Is that 3 groups of tomb guard though? Yeah, 3 groups of tomb guard. Ah, so nice infantry line, stronger than usual. Backed up by Ushapti Great Bow, a Blessed Legion of Fact skeleton archers. So these are like better archer dudes, skeleton archers. Rah 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 coming along, and the Ushapti, the big anthropomorphic. Things with the bows. Ow, they hurt. Armor-piercing missiles. Ow, nasty. And he's got some wonderful skeleton chariots over here. Rolling along. Rolling along. Come to steal my yogurt. Get out of here. And he's already noticed my dudes in the bush. My rangers in the bush. And the miners with the blasting charges. Already being noticed in the bush here. And that's not a good position for them. So these rangers are not going to have a good day because those chariots are just going to come charioting right in there. And I can't do much to help them because I am dwarves, and mobility is not the dwarves' things. I was going to wait to bring them out behind later in the game, but he spotted them right away. Let's take a look, though, at my line anyway. I've got a group of Slayers right here with the big double axes. Yeah! Defend the yogurt! Defend it! It's out of yogurt! Of course you want calcium. You're all bones! Yeah, Slayers. So they're anti-large. I brought them because the Tomb Kings tend to have constructs, which are big, nasty things, like that Kemrian War Sphinx you will see, and the Ushapti also, and they count as large. These guys are dedicated to bringing down monsters. They got the little man syndrome times a million. I don't know, but I wouldn't want to mess with them because they dedicate their lives to killing bigger things, which is really cool thing about them. Also having sweet mohawks. So we have the Iron Drakes with the Troll Hammer torpedoes as well for an anti-large elements. They're able to shoot. Basically, we had torpedoes out of those little guns they got in their hands. It's pretty great. I always thought they were so sweet. Such a sweet concept. Another group of Iron Drakes and Slayers over there. So they're mirroring on each of my wings, my flanks here at the back. It's kind of centered to kind of go wherever I want them are the Giant Slayers. And these are just Slayers with a bigger axe. And so they're a sturdier, higher price point and just higher capability. And they're going to be used, again, ideally for his strong, these large units. And they're fast for a dwarf, so they're able to scamper a little quicker on those little legs of his. They stubby little legs of his. Yeah, and so they're kind of there to fill any gaps that arise. In the front, I've got 1, 2, 3 groups of Longbeards. So just kind of veteran dwarfy warriors. Well accustomed to defending the great yogurt hordes from the calcium-crazed, bony bastards. Yeah, so 3 groups of Longbeards with a long history of fighting for the yogurt. And right behind them is Iron Drakes with the blasting charges. So really hard holding, heavily armored infantry. Look at this guy here, right here. Hey! I don't care. I don't need my shield. I'll take it. So they're already receiving fire. I think probably from the Ushapti Great Bows are going to be wanting to focus them but they got their shields, so that's nice. So we're going to be ready just to deal the infantry death blow. I know I'm going to be able to crush his infantry. It's going to be his monsters and his mobile units that are going to cause me concern, which the Slayers are there for. Unfortunately, he's already basically wasting my miners. With let's start taking a look at his army. He's brought in 2 groups of Carrion, and they're just to bog down, hold in place the Rangers, I guess, and they're just basically nasty vulture things. And they themselves are not going to do much, but they're going to prevent me from being able to fire into these chariots to save these miners, who are probably doing their best. They got pickaxes, you see. They did have blasting charges. Yeah, try to whip, get out of here. Get out of that bloody shorties. It's like, no, you can't have our yogurt. Yeah, I don't know, I'm ridiculous. But yeah, so he's disrupted that quite nicely. And he's coming in even with Cetra to help finish him off. So his Cetra is his lord here. Let's take a look, I don't know. Show the info. And he's spellcaster, armored, armor-piercing, anti-infantry. He's a very versatile lord, very strong, very annoying. And he's lighting up blue fire from his super sweet chariot that does that. Man, I would like my car to do something like that. That's incredible. Yeah, so Cetra's coming in, so my flank game over there is going to be right finished. Right finish. That's what the carrion have done their job. He's advancing with his main line into mine. Well, I've introduced both armies now. Have I? No, I didn't introduce everything in his army. Uh-oh, well, whatever. Because he's also got this thing. He's also got the Kemrian War Sphinx coming in here. Oh my goodness. It's strong, it's big, that's what I want the Giant Slayers for. That is going to be the Giant Slayers' job, hopefully. I'm going to want to get as many Slayers on that thing as possible. Use your rage, Bobby! Use it! But yeah, he's going right into what I want. Good, yes. Bring your pretty face to my axe, they're going to say, being dwarves. Which is sweet, so the bolt throwers still going off. I think the bolt throwers are focused on his Ushapti with great bows because I want to be able to nullify that ranged advantage, and because they're going to be able to, yeah, they're going to be his most effective answer to my bolt throwers. So my bolt throwers, I want to deal with them first before bringing them to bear on the bigger monsters. The Slayers will be able to bog them down, the monsters, if they can get in touch with them. But let's put this into regular speed now, because I think I've introduced everything, basically, and we are going to meet in the infantry battle here. The Tomb Guard meeting the Longbeards, so two groups of elite-ish infantry butting heads. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's glorious. Fight them. Fight them! Brilliant. Let them fight, yeah. And the Longbeards already making sure we're going to Skeleton Warriors, just the regular Skeleton Warriors. The Tomb Guards are going to last a lot longer before the problem, but the Skeleton Warriors are going to get probably knocked right out by the Longbeards. Eventually it'll happen, but now, we've got the Trollhammer Tweeters. Are they going to get any shots off? He was really good in this game at just not letting me make use of these guys. Thankfully they get a few shots off and they can blow up some of these dudes. So maybe the Flame Baron would have been more useful than neutralize his infantry, because again they're gonna have to move while they're in that range thing, and he does a good job of keeping them from firing this game. I was pretty impressed with that. Anyway, my Slayers are helping out against the Skeleton Warriors. Not an ideal target for the Slayers. I think I'll look more Sphinx going for my Bolt Throwers. That's what I want my Slayers on for sure, and I'm probably gonna pick up on that, I hope. The Ushapti with Great Bow, I got some focus fire at that, and now it's gonna be easily limited by the Kemrian War Sphinx. However, because they focused all on that one, I still have this one. I don't know what good it's going to be able to do. I've got to get those Slayers on that Kemrian War Sphinx, but I think it takes a while for me to notice because I'm kind of obfuscated with dealing with the carrion. But these Slayers need to be on that, man. That's what they're there for. But my attention was drawn by his carrion. He did a great job of distracting me there. So just with that, because it's just wasting my time, which is actually, he summoned his other group of Ushapti against the Longbeards. Good choice, really. Are the Longbeards over here? And where are my Iron Drakes, dude? There they are. Iron Breakers, excuse me. Yeah, so essentially imperishable. The Iron Drakes are just not getting a chance to do anything because this poor War Sphinx is on them now. Not them. They on them now, the poor buggers. I think I may have finally noticed with some of my Slayers, but I've decided I need to bring them in here. And Ungrim I'm going after this War Sphinx with because that's like the Slayer King, so he's the boss Slayer, and I think, yes, the Giant Slayers are getting pulled for it now. Just giving up on these Iron Drakes, or assuming the Carrion aren't going to be able to do enough damage. The Iron Drakes, even just fighting in the lead, will probably outlast the Carrion, because the Carrion are just really weak units in a one-on-one fight. And I'm bringing the Miners, though, in against this group of Ushapti, and I think I have some Slayers on the other group, too, and I have a group of Slayers that I'm able to bring to bear on these Ushapti Great Bows, so this is juicy. I'm chasing down this group on their runny, stubby little legs. They're gonna get those Ushapti, and this is what's gonna start to kind of wipe him out. Is now I'm gonna eliminate his anchor in his back line, as my infantry is able to outlast his infantry. He does have some monsters, but they are gonna fade, and we're gonna bring the dwarves, all the dwarves to bear on the Tomb Guard. We're gonna be able to last a little bit longer. Ushapti is still able to fire in on my Iron Breakers, which is not ideal. But they are going to outlast anything in a toe-to-toe. The Skeleton Chariots are not going to want to be with the Iron Breakers too long, but Cetra's going to come up and probably do some nastiness to my poor Iron Breakers. Meanwhile, in the back line, the Giant Slayers are trying desperately to chase out this Khemerian War Sphinx, and now they're basically committed. Like, there's no sense trying to bring them back. They're going to be too slow. It's going to take too long for them to get back. Ungrim is surrounded by a group of Tomb Guard, and they are going to be able to do some chonking on him. I've noticed that my a Bolt Thrower crew is going to run back for the Bolt Throwers to try and bring that Bolt Thrower to bear on Cetra or the Khemerian War Sphinx, which is over here. The group of Iron Drakes now. Cetra's, they just didn't get a break. He really did a good job of stopping those Iron Drakes, so I might not go for them next time. The Bolt Thrower is kind of filling that task in the infantry itself, really. So maybe even just more Slayers instead. Mass Slayers could be cool. And Slayers ended up being more useful because, again, he's able to get in with Cetra and just they can't shoot at him, so Cetra's just able to bully them and keep them from doing anything while the other guys get... without their support, are going to lose. But however, the Slayers have gone on both groups of the Ushabti now, and I think I've wiped out his Ushabti. Well, wiping out one group here, and the Slayers are just going to go through. This is what they're made for, is wrecking these guys. And yeah, they're already on it. They've wiped out one group. Oh, you're going to go extinct now! Yeah. My dwarven troops, though greatly depleted, still are fighting, though. So they fight right down to the last. They're stubborn as heck. I don't know where that weird glow is coming from. I guess my computer is graphic cards, but the Khemerian War Sphinx is gonna be what he's needs just to damage that, drop the model count. However, I still have a group of Longbeards with good health, Iron Breakers with an 1/8 of the health. Not so good, but the dwarves make that really make it go a long way. He's still able to just, unfortunately, bad day to be an Iron Drake. However, the Giant Slayers have chased off the Khemerian War Sphinx, but they just bounded off because it's so much faster. Anyway, this group of Slayers is going to spend the rest of the game chasing this group of Ushabti. This is going to go on forever. Like, that's the sound they're making. Well, they probably can't make sound because they won't be able to run. But look at them running their little legs. Get them, boys. They're going to be doing that for the rest of the game. So I've cleaned up his infantry, though. His infantry is basically cleaned up, except for a group of Tomb Guard. The Khemerian War Sphinx has taken some damage, although it's done a great job of being mobile and staying out of range of those Iron Drakes and just not letting those Iron Drakes fire. He did a great job. That's why this game got so close. I think the Skeleton Chariot, largely depleted, but still alive, really brought to great use. However, I have just a solid core of Longbeards, Iron Breakers, Longbeards, Slayers, not too many of that group of Slayers, only 9 left. But I also have the Giant Slayers, 48 models left. And the Giant Slayers are going to be wanting to close with Cetra or that War Sphinx. And again, these Slayers are just going to be chasing this Ushabti off. So we're forming up for a final confrontation. Cetra is through my line. There is a group of Tomb Guard he's got back there. And he does have that Khemerian War Sphinx still. And I'm trying to I bring the Bolt Thrower crew back online. And I'm going to try and shoot at that War Sphinx. I don't know if they get any shots off, but I'm going to try. But he's trying to scare him off with Cetra. Come on, just give me one shot. Yes. I think maybe they give him one shot. One shot. And I'm deciding to charge against those Tomb Guard. Yeah, one shot. Bolt Thrower, did you do any good? Maybe. No, so I'm trying to form up with all my infantry from that Bolt Thrower. And Ungrim and the Giant Slayers are going to spend the rest of the time chasing this guy because he's so much faster. So yeah, he is able to drive off my Bolt Thrower crew. Gosh darn. But he's not going to be able to stick a lot around, stick anywhere long. If he charges in that infantry and those Giant Slayers and Ungrim come into me, he's going to be basically dead. I'm going to pop my bus with Ungrim and chop him up. So he knows he has to keep moving. Meanwhile, I can advance with this group of Longbeards, and they will be able to deal with that group of Tomb Guard easily. This group of Slayers, maybe against the War Sphinx, but they're so badly depleted. Iron Breaker's not ideal, but they will be able to slow him down, and this is where I'm hopefully going to be able to get a lot of damage done on Cetra. Let's just take a look. He's giving chop him, boys. But he's got out of there. He's got just good mass to push through, which is so annoying. So he's able to just prolong the inevitable, in my opinion, the joik. But anyway, I have charged in with this group of Longbeards here, with this group of Tomb Guard. I do want to finish them. There's a really cool spell effect going on. Whoa, and the Khemerian War Sphinx, though, going to be stomping them. They are really highly depleted. But, however, the rest of my infantry is advancing against the Chariots. The Chariots are going to be charging in here. They did charge down some Giant Slayers. Not nice, but, you know, they can't stay in combat. They can only charge. So he's got to have his micro game good. The Longbeards just really making them paying for themselves against this Tomb Guard. Just holding in there amazingly. The dwarves trade health so well. And Cetra's just getting run down here now, so he can only run. I got this solid core of Longbeards and Iron Breakers. A solid, nasty crew of heavily armored dudes against these bony buggers. And the Khemerian War Sphinx is going to come in and but he's just gonna get out stubborn. There's 9 Slayers left, and every one of them is gonna put some hits into him. So as soon as he gets bogged down and he's basically done for, and this is what kind of happens now. And he does like manage to survive for a long time. Just chasing it. It's just like, come back. I'm going to get you. This is determination, though. This is just, it's a test of wills now. It's can he micro? Can he keep rolling and riding and all that stuff? Can he stop his stuff from getting bogged down? If he can, he might be able to make it work if he can just make use of as many charges as he can. But I want to get him stuck. I want to surround him. And the longer he stays in, the longer combat is prolonged, the better for me, right? Because he's going to take a lot more damage than he's going to be able to give out, I hope, based on the number of units. He's not taking too much, though. Come on. Something. Come on. Is he just waiting that up? Doesn't seem to be doing much to him. But without his lord, hopefully. So I can kill the lord first. But again, Cetra, I'm like, God damn it! You gotta chase them around. And again, so where are my... Yeah! These boys still. Raw! Ooh, they got a shot off on them. Nasty. Maybe he's playing that game, but like... you did a good job, but they're just not gonna stop. You're gonna run out of ammunition, I'd hope, but that's pretty funny. Way on the other side of this. Oh, look, it's a void. All the way up, but over here, the battle is over here, really. And the group of Giant Slayers really want to close with Cetra. I really want them to close with the Khemrian War Sphinx. And there's only those things left. Everything else has been inhibited. Umgrim's still at half health. He's popped a few buffs. Cetra is probably running out of mana. Probably feeling it a bit in those bones. In his bones. Anyway, oh no! Longbeards, only 10 models left. And a group of other Longbeards that are rallying back in, but may just rally back out. But their king is coming for them, and they're maybe causing terror. Not so good. But yeah, he's riding. He's gonna get stuck into You can only run so long, you can only buff so long. I'm gonna out-stubborn you. The yogurt is mine. You cannot have it. I don't care how much you need calcium. You're addicted to calcium. It's like your opium. It's not good. Yeah, the Giant Slayer's coming in. It's gonna prolong a little bit longer, but Cetric does go down first, I believe. He does start to crumble first to try and get away. He's blocked against this bolt door. He's got his back to the bolt door, and these Giant Slayers are just able to and Ungrim too. Whack, 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 chop, 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 chop. Finally ran you down and bring our big axes to bear. And is Cetra taking that much damage though? Is he really? He did take a chunk, so he was at 3,000. Now he's down to half of that. He has been greatly defeated. Is he crumbling or anything? Combat even. I don't know. But the Khemrian War Sphinx. But I'm focusing on Cetrix. If I can bring down Cetra, the Khemrian War Sphinx doesn't an issue. So look at this. But look at this. Ungrim's got charge resistance. So bang, done. So yeah. So the Khemrian War Sphinx now may hopefully just crumble. But let's see how quickly it drops against these Giant Slayers. But it was a victory. It did count. It crumbled just in time. And that was the Battle of the Dwarves and the Boney Boys for the Yogurt. And yeah, so he did quite... Let's see what he did here. Ungrim had 54. The Miners, Bastards, not much luck. The Rangers, 0 kills. Not very useful. They did tie up the Chariots a little bit longer, I guess. But he did use the carrion against them. I don't know. Tough to say. I don't know if I'll use them again. I don't think any kind of flanking game should be done by the dwarves. Not a good idea, I don't think. Yeah, both floors 5 and 6, but they were mainly at the Ushabti, and I did guess they did kind of occupy the Ushabti, and I think they did do some damage. I think I'd still use them. The Giant Slayers and the Slayers in general, though, 43. Holy cow! Look at those kills. And the Longbeards really did a lot of the work, and the Ironbreakers as well. The Iron Drakes, no, I did not really get to bring them to bear so much. I think I need more infantry to kind of cover them. And maybe some flame cannon ones. The flame cannon are maybe more useful because one thing I did see them get an actual shot off on was his infantry. Yeah, it was a pretty cool game. It was pretty fun this morning. So with him, Cetra and that Sphinx did like most of the work, and the 52 and the 30 on the Ushabti, nothing. And the 92 on the Chariots. So his infantry not so good, but again his monsters and his mobile his mobile units really racked it up. And it's a good thing I had Ungrim, because Ungrim had the charge defense, so he kept running into Ungrim, but Ungrim was going to get knocked over and pushed aside. He's just like, I got charge defense, so he couldn't really move him, and that's what he got caught up on at the end there, and just got big axed in the face there, as etc. Anyway, though, that's for the boys back home. Keep it real. Have a good one, and don't lick donuts.